Back today. I'm sorry, I didn't do a review for the last episode, but I'm going to be doing the review for this one. So, TLDR of the last one, there was a zombie. There was a zombie outbreak, or there's a zombie fight, almost like a zombie wrestling match, and we find out that uh, the the guy who looks like a Call of Duty villain um, actually was using a actual human, and that's why the zombie, you know. And that's why that quote unquote zombie was doing so good. Now, on to this episode. So it starts off with the Croat trying on different suits, trying to impress the lady. I think her name's Maga. Doesn't really matter. We're not going to be saying that name anymore. What's her name? It's something with an M. But yeah, so we see the power gets cut out, and sorry. The Croat goes to investigate. Then we get to Maggie Herschel and Marshall. The Marshall. I think that's his name. The Marshall? Marshall. I'm gonna call him Marshall because he's literally just a cop. Anyway, they get back to the cult place, and we see lesbian bitch, Nazi. We see Nazi bitch holding everybody at gunpoint. Now, upon entering, all of the Babylon people are pointing guns at Maggie, Herschel, and the Marshal. So then, Ginny, who is a trading bitch, takes them into a room and is like, the Nazi girl is asking all about Negan. Like, I think they were talking about something about Negan. Then it goes back to Negan's side of the story, and Negan is interviewing. I'm gonna call him Hyde because he looks like the guy that plays. He looks like the guy that plays Hyde in that 70s show. So Negan is trying to convince Hyde to join the fight against Babylon. And it looks like he's actually winning him over. But the Croat comes in and is like I don't remember what he said, but he releases the what's it called? the methane. I think it's the methane. He releases the methane in the area, and it kills everybody in that room, getting Negan out of there. And they go to the church. So then they go back to the main place, and hold on. Sorry, this is probably the worst review, but they go back to the lady's place, and Negan talks to the Croat, saying like, hey, she has no pull over you. You made her. Don't let her sweat you. And this is the first time that I'm going to say W. Crow, the Crow. Because they're in the main church area, up in the stands, and all three of them are talking. Negan, Lady, and the Crow. They're all talking up there, and the Crow finally loses his shit, and we start to see the cracks. Now, I originally thought, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but the Crow loses his shit and says, "Oh, like that rat? You respect the rat more than me." And then she pompously says, "Know your place, bitch," and walks away. Then we go back to what's going on with Maggie, and she sneaks in to the place, is about to let Marshall and the Seraphite Queen out, but then she's like, you guys are a liability, or you might be a liability right now. So closes the door and goes to confront the lesbian. I'm gonna call her lesbian, or I'm gonna call her Leslie, because I don't know her name, and she reminds me, I think she's lesbian. And you may be saying, oh, well, that's offensive. Good. Because I don't like this character. I actually really hate this character. Like, she's a good, bad character, but I hate her personally. Anyway, so Herschel is talking to Leslie, and she's asking, like, hey, why is your mom after Negan? And she's like asking and poking. I think this was a poking fun at the fans who ship Negan and Maggie, because she says something like, did he break her heart? And I thought that was funny, because there's some people who actually ship them, and it's like, God, no, that would be an awful relationship. Not to mention, I think Maggie's supposed to be like 30, and Negan's like 50. Hi, that would be a... I mean, you guys do you, but that would be a weird age gap. But Herschel's like, no, that's not what's happening at all. And then he lays it down what happened. And that's when Maggie takes a knife to the girl's throat, but doesn't cut her for some reason. Don't know why she didn't just instantly stab. I would have. But then that gives Ginny the ability to come out of the shadows and point a gun at Herschel to back off, and then Maggie complies. Then we get to the scene of Maggie and company. I'm gonna just say that Maggie and company are in this field. A lot of Last of Us fans, I'm gonna tell you, this episode might remind you of part 2, because there's a noose hanging from a tree, a bunch of people watching, and zombies at the gates, and everybody's getting executed. The Seraphite Queen gets hung, instantly dies, which is weird, because, like, how did she instantly die? I don't understand that. Because, like, it's supposed to choke you. Maybe she broke her neck. Maybe that's how, but other than that, she just dies instantly, which is weird. But then they're gonna put Maggie up on the stand, and the cult won't, like, stop doing the oh, or wait, it's more like a ah, ah. Like, they won't stop doing that, and it's pissing off the girl because she's losing control. The entire episode, whenever she was on screen, I just made a shut them up. Like, I kept mocking the character because I just hated this character, dude. I'm so happy. But, like, as Maggie is about to be hung, the zombies break in and start eating people. That's when Ginny starts to, like, question the girl. Ginny is a fucking W, by the way. I know that she was on this whole, or she was betraying them the whole time. However, she saves Maggie from being suffocated because a zombie crawls to Maggie and knocks over the stool. And Maggie starts suffocating, but then Ginny comes to the rescue, kills the zombie, and cuts Maggie down. Or no, she gives back the stool, which I thought was weird, because you could just literally just cut down the rope, but hey, you know, you do you. But as Maggie gets out of the rope, she sees Leslie taking Herschel and walking through the zombies, and Maggie is chasing after him like a fucking badass, dude. But Symmetry, my friend, the cult lady, the cult leader. I can't even say it's a cult, really. I mean, it's a cult, but it's not, because they're actually kind of okay people. But cult lady, as a zombie, comes back and eats the ever-living shit out of Leslie. And I was just like, oh, hell yes. Sorry. And I was just so happy. Because I'm so happy because I hated that bitch. I actually despised her. Every scene she was in, I rolled my eyes, and I was already instantly annoyed with that character. Just how high and mighty she talks. Like, what a joke of a character. But we get to the inside of the place. They're all reeling over the fact that the Seraphite Queen died. But we get a knock on the door, and it's the Nikki not Nikki died 9 door. The Nikki 9 door, is that what it's called? Anyway, Nikki 9 door. I don't know, man. But anyway, and I was like building up annoyance, because when I saw there was like knee pads, I was like, there's no way Leslie survived getting mauled by zombies. I thought that she was about to, like, hold them at gunpoint or something while bitten. But no, it was Shadows of Evil guy. I don't know his name, dude. I don't know his name, but you guys know who I'm talking about. The guy with the cane. Which I was confused how he's there and why he's there, but you know, that's it, I guess. But we cut to not Negan. We cut to the Crow. He goes to go talk to. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. I think in between the hanging scene and the them sitting in a circle scene or something like that. Oh yeah, also Ginny got hurt. Ginny got sliced, so I don't know if that's gonna hinder, or I don't know if she's gonna turn into a zombie. But yeah. But in between the hanging and the scene where the COD Zombies guy shows up, we discover that I'm gonna call her Edna. Edna's rat got stomped on, and we don't know who it is. She suspects it's the Crow. So then after the scene of COD Zombies guy, we get to the main event, basically. The Crow is like talking to the girl, and she's like berating him, saying that like, oh, so you think you can do your own thing because the rat's dead? And he's like, no, that's not, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she says that you're nothing without me. And then Crow, like a fucking goat, defends himself and is like, you're nothing without me. I did everything for you while you sit on that throne, on that gilded throne, while everybody kisses your feet. I'm the one that they should be kissing the feet of, not you. I do everything. And then she accidentally knocks over a candle, or he knocks over a candle on her accidentally, and she is stuck underneath the candle and is slowly burning alive, which I was like, hell yes, finally. But how are they gonna do another episode after this? Because it seems like all of our bad guys are done, unless the Crow finds out that Negan stomped on the rat, which is the next reveal, that Negan stomped on the rat. And I think they're trying to build it up like Negan's an awful person, but I mean, he's trying to give the Crow a reason to fight for himself, because he actually does care about the Crow. But the Crow didn't have that push, but the rat dying was that push that he needed. So honestly, needs W for that. But then the episode ends. So overall, this episode was actually kind of fun. I actually really liked this episode. I'm going to give it a 8.9, maybe even a full 9 out of 10. I can't give an episode a 10 out of 10, obviously, unless it's like a life-changing episode. I can't give it a 9 out of 10. Or I can't give it a 10 out of 10, but yeah. But this episode was fun, dude. It was actually a really good episode. But yeah. I hope I was coherent enough. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications. And yeah, see you guys later.